All right, everybody, you are all unmuted. Welcome, welcome. For those of you who don't know, my name is Obsidian. I'm everybody's favorite Death Knight and the DM of this campaign. We're going to go do around the table introductions, followed by a brief session recap before we hop right back into the juicy deets. So first up, we have the mage, Paige, or should I say Kamar?
Yeah, it's Kamar. Well, Paige, but Kamar, it's a thing. You'll get it. But hi, my name is Yulia. I go by Royal Knight VT on both Twitch and Twitter. Took a weird hiatus things, be coming back soon, hopefully. But in the meantime, I'm having a great time hanging out with these nerds. So yeah, thanks for having me.
She's having a good time, having a good
Having
time.
a good time.
Thank you, Yulia. Next up, we got Ilya.
Hello. My name is Lily, and I'm playing Ilya for this lovely campaign. Tonight is going to be a bona fide roller coaster with the southern accent and all. But yeah, I'm both nervous and also very excited for what is going to be transpiring. I look forward to it.
Yeah, there's gonna be some excellent interactions between Lily and her real life fiance. Next up, we've got Euphoria.
Howdy, everyone. I'm Maris. I play Euphoria, everyone's favorite hot pink horny tiefling. When I am, not here being queer with my friends, I am queer on my own channel, Maris Oram. We like to read stories and just play chill games and just hang out and vibe, so stop on by sometime. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Maris. Thank you, Maris. Next up, we've got your pal Malral.
Hey, I'm Leetro, also known as Malral, here on this place right here. I like to do Dungeons and Dragons and other RPG stuff like that. If you like that, feel free to come by my place and check that out. I've been on I can't even say words right. I've been gone for so long, but I've been on a hiatus for a while now. But I plan to be coming back real soon.
Thank you, Litro. Yeah, it's kind of like a pseudo hiatus because you still run a D&D game. Well, you run several D&D games on other people's channels.
Yeah, just on other people's channels.
Yeah,
but
so
I'll be
Litro's
content
still
on my
out here
channel soon.
DMing like a boss. And finally, who is this gorgeous stranger named Shani? I don't know. She seems kind of cute though.
I can take the wig off. It's me. It's real life Knight guy. Sif here. Real ass dude. No cats. No girls. No cat girls. It's just me, Sif. Hi.
This entire time, that's just
old.
been just Sif and cat ears.
There are no cat ears. Stop stapling them to me.
There's no proof that he doesn't.
No one's seen me IRL, clearly. Anyways, hi, my name's Sif. You know the same old with me. Do art, do games. I actually want to do a Barbie one-shot sometime soon, so once I've cooked that up a bit more, I will put out an announcement. But aside from that, same old. I do D&D character art. I do game. I love you guys. All that good stuff.
Thank you, Sif. All right, previously on Eberron, Ashes of the Last War, we had our lovable party was finishing fighting for their lives against the insane arcane intelligence, the Last Stand. They were able to finally take it down in a spectacular fashion before fleeing the facility before it imploded on itself through sheer reality-bending arcane energy release. They then proceeded to leave the Mournlands, where only a few minutes had gone by in the rest of reality while they were spending days wandering the Mournlands in a reverse Fae situation. They then had a long train ride back home where they were very weary from everything that they had to experience inside the Mournlands. People would talk to the artist formerly known as Cess, now known as Shani, about, we thought you were dead. You are acting different now, and her kind of rolling with it about her new life and new beginnings. Cess tried to talk to Sylonia, trying to establish something after the sheer level of mind break depression that she experienced learning her backstory. But she seems to have embraced the fact that she is an inhuman being and is just kind of rolling with it. Upon returning to Greywall, the party began their rest and recovery. Cess took her sister aside to talk about their childhood as well as their new life and new look, and their new outlook of happiness. And then there was a great dinner where Cess revealed to everybody that she'd like to go by Shani now, her true shifter name. And this followed up with Paige disclosing that her true shifter name was Kamar, and she'd also like to be known under that name. And then they made Ilya cry a lot by calling her mom. And then Larissa made everybody laugh / angry by calling Euphoria daddy. And then Euphoria basically told the party that, she needs to go to an expert on Fae Pacts and Pacts in general, which is unfortunately her very strained relationship with her mother, Ecstacy Cox. So she took some volunteers from the party who would be willing to go, and that will be their next adventure. So without further ado, we're going to hop right back into this where we've got Malral. What do you want to do with your life?
Well, I think Malral, after that mission, and after, of course, reporting to his master or mistress,
Ooh.
not like that, about what happened, he would want to actually talk to Sylonia a bit about what had happened to them.
Okay. So you head back to the mansion, where you will find Sylonia working in the workshop. And she's doing magical experimentation.
He knocks on the side of the open door hinge. May I come in?
Sylonia kind of sputters with whatever she was working on to look at you and goes, "Oh, Malral, I'm surprised to see you here."
As I find myself also surprised. But nonetheless, would you accept my company? I would understand if not.
No, you can come in. Just hope this won't be more of your venting your frustrations against me. I can assure you there's really nothing you can say at this point that could make me feel any worse than I do now.
I have done a lot of that, haven't I?
Kind of goes back to
I promise you that is not my intention. He comes in and sits down across the room. A lot happened when you and I went back and visited home.
Yes,
It
that is an understatement.
It affected us both, but I believe it affected you more than it ever could have me, based on what we found. I wanted to make sure if your goals have changed at all.
She continues fiddling with her device that runes are projecting out of and stuff, and she says, My goals have not changed. I will continue to do everything I can to stop the Ashbringers.
Why?
I feel like that's fairly straightforward. They're a threat to potentially the safety of this entire planet, and I have found myself in the unfortunate position as the only one who can fully be able to undo what they've been trying to create.
But why do you care?
It's a odd thing to ask, Malral.
I want to know. I want to know your motivations of why you do this.
It to try and prevent the deaths of more innocents, to stop the thing that I was created to make myself. There's 1,000 reasons as to why I am invested in this, and if you're trying to doubt my dedication, I can assure you that I am fully committed.
That is more or less what I wanted to hear. Will it stop after this mission, though?
Will what stop?
The one to stop the death of innocents? The one to stop great evil inventions from destroying more of the land and taking the lives of innocent people? The corruption that comes when higher law goes too far unchecked? Will that go away after this mission?
As she's working on the device, you see her pause for a moment as she kind of snaps a part of it, and the device kind of fizzles and shorts out. Those things existed long before me, Malral. And I've done everything I can up to this point to do everything to try and stop those things from happening that were directly related to my life.
He gets up and goes over to what she's working on. Seeing like a small crack in the machine, he starts to cast mending on it. We are both crafters, and we often have to deal with things we make not being used in the intended way. But we fix things. We can make things right. Especially with the help of guiding hands and looking out for each other. Do you see what I'm saying?
I think I have some ideas of your inclinations.
I'm glad that you were trying to fix this problem. But there are more problems on the way. Future generations will have to deal with these same problems. But perhaps if we continue to work together, we can ease those problems so they are easier to solve in the future. Mend the cracks, so to speak.
Are you planning on fixing the world when all this is done?
Likely too big of a job for me. But with some help, could perhaps do a start, so that if the next generation has the same goal, it would be easier for them to do so. Perhaps you would also like to do this? Help me mend the cracks so things like the morning do not happen ever again.
She kind of stares at the machine for a moment and then throws down a wand that she was holding. And she looks very angry. I am so tired of all of this. I never wanted to be a part of any of this. I never wanted to have to kill. I never wanted to have to fight. And I'm getting very tired of being expected to pay for the sins of everyone who has denied me my own existence.
He puts his hands on her shoulders. I do not intend to command you. This is why I ask you. If you do not wish to fight, you do not need to. There are other ways you can make the world better. Things you may find enjoyable. I would want to help you with that. I want to be able to help you reach the goals that you want to, once this is all over.
She kind of shakes her head and goes, You don't understand. Seems the best thing you can do to help the world when all this is over is to forget you ever met me. I'm going to have to live with this for potentially an eternity. That I possess knowledge and skills which are a dire threat to not just this world, but to potentially others. And if the houses, if the nations of this world find out about it, find out about me, find out I have those skills, they will come looking, as they have always done. I have to live with that I will always be a monster weapon in this world. And that if I ever let my guard down, there will always be somebody else who is going to use me. I don't want to have this knowledge. I don't want to be capable of doing these things. I don't even know what I like at all. I don't even know who I am. What parts of this were even myself? What parts of this are my mother? What parts of this was simply created just so I don't have a psychotic breakdown because of what I was created to be? I don't know what I even am. All I know is that I can do this right now. Maybe there is a world where I can live happily ever after, playing with flowers and helping people, but this isn't that world.
Malral seems to ponder for a moment and looks down at the mechanism she's making on the desk. See, I have brought back issues that are hard. I know what it can feel like when it means to constantly be beholden to duty, to constantly be pulled away from what you want. I do not mean to thrust that upon you. You have worked hard, and I have noticed.
She kind of shakes her head and goes, It's not your fault, Malral. I'm just so tired of being afraid. And nothing is going to change.
Perhaps I can ease that fear, at least a little. He puts a hand on her shoulder.
Something that you haven't really experienced that much, but she's not giving off any uncomfortable static like she did previously. When you touch her, it just feels like you're touching her. Because I really do appreciate it, Malral, and I'm sorry I can't be your partner in crime to fix the world. I think the most I'll ever be able to do is to stop this.
You would not need to be a crime, partner. I do not intend to break any laws. But if you do not wish to fight for the future, I will not force you. If you do not wish to help spread goodness, then I understand that you need rest. And I will help guard you so that you may take that rest. Know that while you are near me, I will protect you.
She kind of sighs and extends out her left hand, and you see some fractals appear around it as the machine she was working on begins to deconstruct into separate components that are floating in the air before settling back down on the work table as the fractals disappear. It's all I can really ask of you anymore.
We are both crafters. We mend things, including each other. Now, do you need help with this? I need work to take things off my mind.
Yeah. Kind of stares at you for a moment, gives you a look up and down, and says, I won't say no to a second pair of hands.
Malral gives a smile, holds up his hands. They're pretty big. They may count as 4.
Well, 6 hands are better than 1. She kind of chuckles.
Malral smiles and sits down with her and starts helping her craft with her machine.
All right. And she will continue to do such. All right, next up. Who wishes to be the one who initiates this, Ilya or Euphoria?
I wasn't sure if we were doing this on the train or here.
It's up to you guys if you want to already be heading to Sharn. This was not elaborated to me, so.
That's fair. I just remember we said that, like, that could happen when we were on the train.
Oh,
I haven't planned for
I leave this entirely up to
Okay,
Lily.
so Euphoria will gather the party together. Do you want to tell them where you're going?
Yeah, so she's gonna gather the gang, whoever wants to go, and just relay to everybody. All right, we're gonna go to Sharn. I don't think I have to tell you two, anyway, looking at the cats, that you're gonna have to watch your backs. We're going to the, if you pardon the expression, the low rent district. So just don't make eye contact with anybody. And like I said the other day, if you come with me, you cannot give away this location to anybody. Are we clear?
Like you said, we're familiar with how Sharn works, so we'll keep it low key.
So just nodding while munching on a hash brown, thinking, did you just call the place we live the low rent district?
Sorry, I'm still a rich bitch. All right. Let's head on out, gang.
Are you feeling all right about this?
No, but I'll do what I gotta do. And she'll crack a sharp tooth smile.
Malral comes around the corner with a piece of toast in his mouth. Hey, what are y'all doing?
Going to Sharn, wanna come?
Oh, Sure. We going to Duckland?
Alas, we won't have time for such pleasantries. We're gonna go meet my bitch of a mother. Let's go.
Oh. Well, all right then.
All right. So the party rallies together, gets a train ticket, going to Sharn, and it takes a day and a half to get there. You've done this train ride a billion times at this point. So on some period of time for that train ride, Ilya.
Yeah. So I imagine that was probably like early morning. We had an early morning train, and so at this point it's probably like sometime closer to sunset. And if it's all right with our lovely Euphoria, I was imagining that Ilya and Euphoria are just kind of sitting in just a general like comfort private car, just kind of reading, sipping tea, or maybe whiskey, anything of the sort.
Whiskey in the tea,
Whiskey in the tea, hot toddy, But so as they're kind of it's just the two of them in the room, and as they're kind of just sitting there, all of a sudden over the radio, or over like the sound system inside of the train, music starts to play, and it's the same song that Ilya and Euphoria had danced to way back when they were teaching Paige how to dance. And so Ilya just kind of takes a quick chuckle and just looks over at Euphoria and just says, do you recognize this?
Hmm? Oh, it's yeah, it's familiar.
Hmm. The songs that played when we were dancing.
That's right. That's right. We were teaching Kumar how to dance. Huh. Gosh, that seems like half an age ago now.
At least a couple of months. Would you would you like to do another dance to this piece?
On a moving train, I might be a little less graceful, but I'm willing to give it a shot.
I think we have enough dexterity between the two of us to be able to manage with the sway.
You want to lead this time, or shall I?
I think it would make me comfortable to have it with you leading. For now, at least.
Very well. Madam Ilya, may I have this dance?
My dear Euphoria, of course. And she'll just kind of curtsy her dress, take the hand, and then just be quickly swept off into the dance. And as they do, Ilya takes a moment and just stares endlessly into Euphoria's eyes. And as she does so, she sees a bit of a sparkle in them. As her brain starts to process the sparkle, she kind of trips and tumbles to the ground.
Oh,
And just,
hang on, I got you.
mm.
You're all right. I told you, dancing on a moving train is not for the faint of heart.
It. Mm. No, I apologize. I just just was a little swept away with the moment for just a moment. And you
I'm told I have that effect on women.
you see on her face through the cold blue, a soft pink is very evidently present. And Ilya gets up and just continues to resume the dance, but the pink stays. And Ilya, just kind of as the dance continues, just struggles to meet Euphoria's gaze as it continues and finishes the piece. I do appreciate you indulging me, Euphoria.
Well, sure. I don't mind a request or two from you, Ilya.
Ilya takes a second and takes a step back, breathing a deep breath before finally meeting her gaze once more. Euphoria, can I say something?
Well, sure.
These last few months have been, well, for lack of a better word, insane, hectic, tragic, and so much more. But at the same time, I feel more in touch with myself than I have ever been. I feel like there's things I'm not sure about now, and things that scared me again. Not just the life and death situations that we constantly find ourselves in, but the drive and desire to protect those that are close to me. I'm so happy to finally feel that way again. We both know that the world is cruel, but there's also warmth in the world, and that I don't think I've ever felt up until now. Once it screams at me and tells me to love and hold what I have close. Here, with all of you, when I close my eyes, I feel that warmth. And when I'm near you, I cannot help but feel it tenfold. It may be corny, but my cold soul yearns for that warmth. Once I can melt away the layer of permafrost that I built up around my heart after all the pain. And yet here I am, feeling it melt still. And you may say you're just as cold, but that's just business. But I see in you that same desire to leave behind the dark, bitter sides that the world and its difficulties have inflicted and try again. You've lost, yes, but I know you would never be someone to let defeat keep you down. Your confidence, your strengths, your beauty, your heart, your love. I, I want you to share them with me. So, all that being said, I always let others take the lead, but would you like to try again? And Ilya places her hand on Euphoria's back under the shoulder blade before just speaking final word of just with me.
Oh. Eh, Ilya, you've caught me in a bit of a rare moment. I don't quite
I'm
know.
I'm sorry if I was too forward. I just
No, forward is good. I know that. I know that you haven't always felt confident enough to be so forward. I admit I'm a little surprised. Not that it's bad that I'm surprised. I mean, Ilya, I like you a lot. And God darn, you're such a beautiful woman, but if you know anything about me, then You know how hesitant I must feel in this situation.
I do, and I know. I know, sis, of course. I just, I think I've been feeling this for a long time, and just before anything gets if somehow more hectic than it already is, I just needed to say this because I do feel this, and I'm tired of lying to myself, saying that it's just a passing fancy, that it that it's not real, but and I am s- I'm I am sorry that we live in a world that makes it so that way we have to put ourselves second. I guess just for once I wanted to try to put myself first in that way.
Right. I mean, Ilya, you're saying a lot of pretty things right now, but I mean, you know how I am. What's going to happen in a few years when you decide you're tired of it? You can do that again.
Tired of it? Darling, you bring me nothing but endless surprises. I I don't think I could. I just whenever we are together, it just there's a wonder, something new around every corner, and it just makes my heart sing. I would never be like. And if we have problems, we talk it through. That's what adults do. And 100 years old, and I still am not good at this. But no, tired, no. Of that I can assure you.
Her expression softens a little bit and just, it's kind of my cardinal rule to not mix work and romance, right?
I do know. If you want me to try and face you in a duel to see if I can hit you once, I would gladly oblige, but I don't think that's the route we want to go to.
Fortunately for you, I'm a little smarter than I was a few decades ago, so I won't make you fight me. However, when all this is said and done, all this saving the world, adventuring is said and done, that means one of us is going to have to find a new line of work for this to work out.
You're more than welcome to join me in the Feywild when the time comes. Don't really have to worry about that stuff there. And trust me, it never gets there. Never boring.
Let me try something, if it's all right.
By all means.
She's just going to cup your face with her hands, pull you forward, and just give you a big ol' smooch.
Ilya will be surprised seeing the forwardness given the conversation, but will quickly take the hand that was under the shoulder blade and just kind of bring her in for a strong smooch back. As strong as she can. Feeling her her heart exterior kind of melt into a feeling of relief a little bit.
After a few seconds of smooches, Euphoria will sort of pull back and look at Ilya, just,
Do you want to try again?
Yeah, maybe one more time.
One more time?
Just to make sure, you know? Going for one more smooch.
This time, Ilya will do her best to grab Euphoria around the waist and just lift her up in the air as the kiss just continues before setting her back down.
Yeah. Yeah, I could get used to that. Tell you what, we save the world and we'll figure out whatever this is.
I would gladly wait any moment of time for you.
You're a real doll, you know that?
I do try. I have spent so long being cold, should sound familiar to you, that this feeling is just, oh, it's so natural that I've been missing. And just, even yet now, I still just want to kiss you again, but I realize that may be a bit inappropriate given everything.
We are still coworkers after all.
Still, Ilya will grab her and pin her against the wall for another smooch.
Hey, yo!
Just full kabedon.
Hey,
Y'all are hella
yo!
gay.
Hey,
What the fuck?
yo!
Does that feel like fuck?
You actually catch Euphoria flustered for like the first time ever. No, it does not.
For a split second, she went from pink tiefling to red tiefling.
Yes, bold shade of magenta.
I don't mean to get back to business. I would gladly stay here and continue if you wanted to.
No, yeah, business.
But I take it based off of what you've said, you would not like this to continue until things are settled. It doesn't have to be public.
It's not about what I want. It's about what I should focus on. I mean, I like you a lot, Ilya, and I sure as hell want something to go right in my life, but my first priority is always going to be my daughter.
I know. And you know that I'll be right here beside you to help you every step of the way as we get her back. And when things are settled, I'll be here. And even along the way, if you feel like you need comfort or just a warm, I suppose warm embrace is not the best word for me, but a nice embrace. You know where to find me, and you know that I would always be more than willing.
She'll give your cheek a little pat, just like, thank you, darling. Now, let's save the world real quick then, huh?
Ilya will lean in and just give her another kiss before pulling out, leaving the noses and foreheads touching. Say, real quick.
Yeah, real quick.
She'll hug her once more and just stay in the moment there, not letting it go away until Euphoria decides to.
She'll eventually go back to her seat with her tea, not so subtly put more whiskey into her teacup, and just staring into the cup as she's drinking from it, just really trying hard to not be to not let her blush be noticeable from all of this.
Would you like me to leave now, or should I stay?
No, you can stay.
Ilya will sit down beside her and just kind of wrap an arm around her and lean her head onto Euphoria's shoulder and just ask, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And lay there for the rest of the night.
Gosh, you guys are cute and gay. Is there anything else for this train ride, Ilya and Euphoria?
That is up to Maris.
I don't think so. I think Euphoria's gonna pull the really awkward card where she's like not actively avoiding Ilya, but like trying way too hard to play it cool.
What a cool cucumber.
Mhm.
All right. So with that,
Can I do something on the train since it hasn't been done in a while?
Oh, are you gonna make a pun? Are you gonna make a pun?
No.
Okay.
While we're on the train and before heading to sleep on the train, Malral will use another sending spell.
No response.
His message. This is 98 now. I lost count. No need to respond. Just letting you know. We miss you.
The spell is successfully cast, but there is no response.
That was all.
Okay. Without further ado, you will arrive in the great sky towers of Sharn, and I believe Euphoria will be the guiding light here.
So once we get off the train, she will lead everybody through the city, ducking and weaving through a lot of back end alleys, and the surroundings get a little sketchier as she continues until we come across an alley that is largely deserted. Very small, like very cramped kind of back alley. And just see a kind of a shabby looking door against a building, and she's going to turn back to the group. Just say, okay, I know I said this already, but I feel like I need to reiterate some ground rules, okay, before we go in. You don't know where this place is. And most importantly, do not believe a single thing that she says. Okay?
Are you saying this because she's deceitful, or are you saying this because she has a lot of embarrassing stories about you?
Probably both, to be honest. Mostly because she lies often, frequently, all the time. I've learned to decipher a lot of what she says, but yeah. If you're new to her, just don't trust anything she says, don't trust anything she does. And one more thing, try not to ogle both at her and the surroundings.
Don't worry, us Red Dragonborn are notorious icebreakers.
Okay. I'm slowly picking up when you're joking. That was a joke, right?
He gives a grin.
Okay. No jokes. New rule.
Oh, that might be very difficult for Malral then.
We're asking the impossible.
All right. Well, worth a shot. Here we go. And she's going to give a series of very light knocks on the door.
And
All right.
after your series of light knocks on the door, you hear a lot of clicking and thrumming sounds as the door opens into utter blackness.
All right. Follow me. Don't get lost.
Ilya will hang back with the cats and just kind of hold their hands as they go.
Their little paws.
Yeah.
They're little toe beans.
That's just the plop heads.
Remember, no ogling. What's that word mean?
That means to not stare for too long.
Oh, okay. So, on the train, I got the sense something funny was happening. You want to tell me about that? And we can leave that there.
Tell you when you're older.
I'm 23.
You must be 30 before you start dating.
Man.
Oh, I've been doing a lot of not 30 dating then.
New moms.
Remember, Fae and elves aren't
right.
considered adults until they're 100. Wait till then.
But yeah, once you all enter, the door will slam shut behind you. And after a few steps, you will be in a beautiful marbled foyer with gold inlay and erotic etchings into the walls, depicting all manner of vivid scenes, with everything is buzzing with magical energy. And there is a very, no pun intended, a very euphoric musk that is just flowing through everything that just makes you feel all warm and tingly. And there are a pair of scantily clad men standing before you wearing little pink collars. One of them is tall and well-muscled, and the other one is more small and effeminate. And they look up at you, or look down at you, I would say, in some cases. And they will bow deeply.
I'm looking for Ecstasy. Can you fetch her for me?
The larger man. Oh, you wish to speak to Mistress Cox?
Yes.
Excellent. Follow me.
Kamar's face is slowly turning redder and redder.
Are you sure you haven't brought us into a brothel?
I was so ready for that word to come, but it still broke me.
Oh no, see, I very much have. So don't touch anything.
As you proceed deeper through, you see various scantily clad men and women of all races and types, all uniquely united in the fact that they are absolutely gorgeous, with pink collars on, running around, engaging in frivolity and cooking and bringing in, boxes, or I guess chests of gold and gems and everything, and piling them into treasure rooms. And you arrive at a different room, which is apparently a spa pool area where there are erotic fountains that are spurting water in various directions, as there is an enormous pedestal with large pink clouds floating above it, probably about 10 feet off the ground, and there are a group of very tall men and women from, Goliaths and bugbears and everything, who appear to be fanning with large gold inlaid palm fronds and offering trays of food to whoever is on the top of that pedestal you can't see.
The phallic fountains are new. Anyway, Mama.
Did the water have to come out of that appendage?
Yeah.
Tasteful, Malral. You wouldn't understand.
Well, it just makes it look like a big fountain of whiz.
And there's nothing
don't-
wrong with that.
I don't think
didn't
that's
come
what the meaning was in their eyes.
We didn't come here to ogle, and we didn't come here to judge, or we here is what I'm saying.
I'm just saying they could probably get a better craftsman.
Um,
Are you volunteering?
If they hired me.
No.
you,
No.
you hear the music stop as it then changes as a group of scantily clad bards change to playing like an elaborate drum roll floor show beat as the clouds begin to part and the various tall raised people become a steady some would say staircase of height as they bend over for this figure to descend from the heavenly heights across their backs, walking upon each one after the next until there's finally a like goblin and a halfling that she is stepping on. As you see, if Euphoria looked like Jubilee's older sister, this woman looks to be the dripping with voluptuous eroticism as Euphoria's younger sister, where every, muscled angle on Euphoria has been accentuated into much fuller, rounder proportions as you see her bedecked in gold and jewelry as she has an enormous mink, shawl over her shoulders as she hands a gem-encrusted goblet of wine to one of her boy toys. And as he takes it, he will bow and say, "Oh, thank you, Mistress Cox, thank you." And she will take off a pair of large blackened sunglasses with a very practiced flick of her well-manicured nails as she looks down at all of you in a way that is both predatory and analyzing and a little bit violating as she then works her way through you all until settling back onto Euphoria. "Oh, Yuffie, how charmed, I'm sure. I see you finally decided to heed my instructions and gathered yourself a little harem of your own."
Not quite, Mama. Not quite. You look good.
Oh, Yuffie, I always look good.
I know. Listen, I'm on a bit of a time crunch.
Have you gained weight? You look a little fuller than you did before.
Yes, my housemaid keeps me very well fed.
Oh, well, perhaps you could work on that. Who are your friends? As
These are my associates. I work with them.
Nice to
have-
meet you. I'm Malral. He scratches his cheek with his clawed finger. Euphoria has telling us all about you.
Oh, I see you have chosen your associates not for their personalities. I respect a woman who knows what a good body is for and when the people should be strong and silent.
He looks down at his large gut, and looks back up. Well, you know what they say. The weight of the dragon depends on the scales.
She blinks a couple times with her plastic smile before she then goes over to look at the cats. Ooh, twins.
Off limits.
You know, you kind of remind me of those really weird old women that would hang out outside of my high school during graduation.
She's gonna elbow Shani in the gut.
Sorry, I was told not to talk. I will stop saying things.
Kamar will just nod her head like in a little bow.
Right. Well, I guess not everyone can be a winner. How about you? As she looks over at Ilya, extending out her hand.
Ilya will take the hand, curtsy, and give the hand a quick kiss. Say, it's a pleasure to meet you, Lady Cox. I am the Viscount of Shaylor-Lindia, Ilya.
Oh, only strangers call me lady. Those who get to know me better call me mistress. As she smiles, running her tongue along her fanged teeth.
Alas, we are a little pressed for time, as I mentioned earlier, and we won't have the time to let my associates get to know you.
Oh, there's always time to make fast friends. I'm sure that if you left them alone with me, we could become bosom buddies.
I'm sure you would. Unfortunately, we have places to be, other people to see.
Be
So if we
very
could-
careful with that, as too much time with me and Hot Lips won't be a nickname just for you.
Oh, sugar, you are so much prettier when you don't talk.
Where can we sit down and talk?
She gestures to one of her boy toys who gets on his hands and knees. She goes,
Preferably,
"Oh, you can use the staff."
preferably a piece of furniture that isn't sentient.
Oh, well, I assure you these are excellent for your back, but I guess you always did prefer roughing it.
It's just a hard habit to break.
Will your associates be joining you?
They will.
All right then, follow me, Yuffie. As she snaps her fingers, and two of her servants proceed to walk up and form a cradle for her to sit in as they carry her.
Euphoria is going to
Yuffie?
turn to the party and just mouth the words, "I'm so sorry," to the group.
Malral just looks down at her and goes, Yuffie?
Yep. Childhood nickname that stuck around.
Do you think if your mom kept any like baby photos of you or anything like that?
I highly doubt it.
If she has, I'm scared to know what she has done with them in this place.
She'd have to take the photos first. Anyway, follow the parade.
You notice a processional of servants begins to form behind her, carrying drinks and food and everything, as they look in adulation at her shapely posterior being carried away.
She really does not know how to move anything faster than a snail's crawl, does she?
No, when you have all of eternity, the time of everybody else means very little.
Darling, I have the time of eternity, and even still.
Yeah, well, you have a moral compass. That's the difference.
So it would seem.
She takes you to a room where God only knows what occurs in here, but there are cushions strewn about the floor in various comfy ways as you see various reclining, beautiful people as she is brought into the room and settles down, still being a throne of flesh forming around her for her to be able to sit.
Looks over at Kamar. You wouldn't happen to have a black light spell, would you?
Do not. Do not.
Even if I did, I would not use it at this time.
I'm
I
scared to
suggest
sit.
we should probably just stand.
Oh, sit. I'm sure that all of you could use to get a little more comfortable. I know that if you've been spending enough time around my little Yuffie, you all could use a break from somebody so, high-strung.
Euphoria will take the lead and sit down on one of the chairs and motion for everyone else to sit down as well.
Ilya will sit next to Euphoria and just be like, so are we meant to just watch you take this?
I think it best if I attempt to lead the conversation, but we'll see how it goes.
One of her servants proceeds to, put a grape in between his teeth as she goes to kiss him, and then when she breaks it off, she's chewing, and she will flick out her wrist again, and a woman will quickly place a goblet of wine in her hand as she looks and goes, "Well, I happen to know it's been what, 4 years, 10 years, I don't know. It's been a little bit of time since you've decided to see your dearly beloved mother. Have you finally decided to take me up on my offer?"
Close to 20 years, but who's counting? And no, I will not be. Loath as I am to admit it, Mama, I am in fact in need of your expertise in the certain arcane arts.
She makes a cutting motion with her hand, and you hear the band stop playing, and she goes, "I'm sorry, Yuffie, could you say that again?"
I am in need of your expertise, given your knowledge of the arcane arts.
I believe the word you used initially was hell. Is that correct, Yuffie? You need my help?
Yes, I would like your help if you are feeling in a particularly generous mood to give it.
She shimmies with a smile on her face as you hear a magical projection repeat what you just said, Euphoria, throughout the room. And she goes, "Oh, I'm gonna save that for later."
Has she never asked you for help? Period? Not even to tie her shoes when she was a kid?
My little Yuffie has always had a bit of a rebellious streak. You see, even at the ripe old age of, what are you even these days? 15, 20, something along those lines. Even at her ripe old age, she still seems to have it in her head that I am some kind of wicked witch of the West who does nothing but delighting in her suffering.
But never? Not even once? I mean, we all come out of the womb asking for help. So it's just a little weird, is all.
Perhaps she was too distracted with her delights.
Oh, I did plenty for little Yuffie. I made sure she had the life that anybody would want. I gave her all the freedom in the world, things that others would just be chomping at the bit to be able to delight in. And she consistently treated it like I was some kind of monster.
Right. Well, I don't feel like rehashing this old argument today, so we're just gonna tuck that one away, Mama. I'm not here about me. I'm here about your granddaughter.
Oh, what is little Jubilee up to?
Jubilee has gotten herself mixed up with the Wild Hunt and is now the Hound Master.
Oh, congratulations, Yuffie.
No,
Not every day
Mama,
one of
that's
my daughters gets one of their children elevated to be an archfey. You should be proud.
no, Mama, that's not a good thing. I'm looking for a way to break her deal. And
Oh, that's a funny one, Yuffie. What brings you here for real?
that's it. Mama, I'm looking for a way to free Juby.
Free?
We're going to get her back.
Now, I may just be a simple woman, but free seems like a very strong word for somebody wielding such power across the cosmos.
I take it you're familiar with the Hound Master then?
Oh, I've had a dalliance or two across the wilds.
Hmm. I mean, you know how to mince words and bend the rules. So there's a way to do the same here. I don't think Juby knows what she was getting into.
Well, maybe if you had brought my granddaughter here ever since she'd been wearing diapers, I could have informed her about all of the interesting opportunities the universe would present her. But if I recall correctly, you thought I'd be a bad influence on your little girl.
Because you would be a bad influence, Mama. I mean, look around. This isn't a place for a baby or a child.
I would at least make sure it was properly educational. Not like her own mother, who decided to ignore every piece of advice I gave her and decided to marry some destitute sellsword and then divorce him the moment he got rich, after she had already ruined her body twice.
Oh, we just can't go a single visit without bringing up Augustus, can we?
I'm just saying, Yuffie, maybe you should have viewed it as the opportunity it was. You were stupid enough to marry him when I had plenty of suitors available all across the cosmos, and you decided to shack up with this first idiot who decided to ruin your beautiful face.
Her face is not ruined, thank you very much.
Also, if her body was ruined twice by having children, wouldn't that mean your body was also ruined?
She goes, "Oh, I've taken corrective measures."
I'm I'm sorry, Euphoria, but I just cannot help but take issue with the need to discuss one's beauty here. It's not in the matter at hand.
You see Ecstasy very much scrutinize you, Ilya. You feel like she is peeling off layers of clothing and flesh as she looks at you. And then her smile like darts back and gets super wide and goes, "Oh, I see you've decided to move on to a bit more of a sapphic bent, little Yuffie."
That is a bold assumption, Mama. And again, you are deflecting the issue at hand. Much as I would love to rehash my past, my romantic history, the husband that you so vehemently disapproved of, I'm here for Juby.
I'm sure we don't want this conversation to drag on more than it needs to.
God damn it.
You see, she looks over, and one of her boy toys offers a pillow with a ball gag in it.
Oh.
I don't think they sanitized those Malral, so maybe we should actually be quiet.
Well, I guess if you're through going down your particular paths and choosing to not accept your responsibility in this whole situation, well, I can make this real simple for you, Yuffie, even in words that your little friend can understand. There is no way out of a path. The only ways that you can get out of something that you happen to have entered into, especially when you're dealing with otherworldly patrons such as the Fae, which, mind you, I always recommend never to deal with the Fae. You got to, one, have your patron die and no longer be able to uphold their end of the bargain, which, when you're dealing with immortal cosmic beings, is unlikely to transpire, or two, it simply gets replaced. The only way that you could potentially, I guess, derelict your responsibilities is if someone else supplants you in the agreement.
Those can't be the only two options. I mean, look at everything you finagled with your packs.
Oh, well, if you wish to have Jubilee go down my particular journey in life, I'd be happy to talk to her. I could tell her how to properly market herself to different patron forces to get them to counterbalance each other. I've got quite the spreadsheets available showing which deals are to whom to give what to counter what other deals.
You know what? No, forget I mentioned that, because I don't want her to be anything like you.
Oh, you wound me, Yuffie, after I did so much for you.
So much? So much? Mama, I raised myself.
You learned to be independent.
I had to survive.
That's a bit melodramatic. I always ensured that money was sent to you.
A child doesn't know what to do with money.
Well, I imagine it was a very educational experience then, teaching you finances at a young age.
You know, I was terrified when I was pregnant with Juby. I was terrified to be a mother. Because I didn't know how to be one. Because I never had one. But I made damn sure that I wasn't anything like you. My girls, they wanted for nothing, and I made them strong so they wouldn't have to rely on anybody else.
It's funny you say that given your present situation, Yuffie.
She made mistakes.
And ironically, it was in the exact kind of situation that your dearly beloved mother could have protected her from if you had bothered to ensure that she received an appropriate education from her betters.
I wanted to shield her from all this.
Wonderful job that was, wasn't it?
Well, if that's all the help that you can offer, then I think it's time for us to go.
She kind of shrugs and goes, "Oh, you're welcome to stay for dinner if you like. I'm sure that your friends could enjoy the many delights that I can offer." They perhaps have not been able to savor such delicacies in their time with you.
That's their choice to make. So you're saying, just to be clear, there's no way out for her unless someone takes her place?
Not willingly. She can't just hand over the job. The recipient of a pact is not given that luxury. Only the patron can reassign the responsibilities. And I can tell you one thing, Yuffie, about the Fae. Something that's real basic information that, had you ever bothered to ask me about, I could have elucidated you. But the Fae love one thing more than anything else, and that is being entertained by their possessions. And they will not part with their things easily.
So Juby can't give up her position unless it's taken from her?
Kind of shrugs and goes, if it's possible. I assume that Oberon can pass on responsibilities. He was always a survival of the fittest type. And I can tell you he is quite fit. But aside from that, I severely doubt that with her particular archfey capabilities, anybody could supplant her anytime soon. Of course, if you wish to have her speak to me, I'm sure that we could work out a deal to our mutual benefit. And she does her same predatory smile.
I don't think so. Juby hasn't been talking to anybody.
I wonder why. And she looks at you very directly.
Well, it's been a pleasure, Mama, as always. I think it's time that I go. Wouldn't want to overstay my welcome.
Oh, you always welcome here, Yuffie. Maybe one day you'll actually listen to some of the things your mama tells you.
Maybe. We'll see.
Before we
Always a
leave.
pleasure, dear.
Before we leave, I would like to apologize to you. For I have been curious about why you lash out to my friends and to your daughter. And I have come to realize it is because you are not loved. You surround yourselves with lust and false passion, when in reality it is a poor substitute for never receiving what you will never have. Good day.
Okay, Malral, you might want to run for the door, honey.
You see that the music stops as all of her servants turn to stare at Malral, and their eyes all glowing pink as Ecstacy's smile breaks, and she frowns very deeply at Malral. And I think you should have your servant leave Yuffie with you until we meet again.
See you another 20 years, Mama.
Don't be a stranger.
I'll do my utmost.
And she will begin to be swarmed by her servants that will engage in lascivious things with her, as the rest of them basically corral Malral and whoever else wants to leave with Euphoria out of this place.
Oh yeah, we leaving.
We're going.
Getting
We're
out of here.
going.
You don't want to join the orgy? Disappointing.
Yeah, we're gone. We're gone.
Okay.
I mean, Saz hasn't said anything. Who knows? Maybe they decide to stay.
But yeah, and so as you go through, a servant will open the door, and you guys will enter the blackness once more before it slams behind you, and you will be back in the alley.
Oh,
Must be very lonely.
mm,
You
I'm
do
so
realize
sorry,
you do
everyone.
realize how dangerous that was for you to say, Malral.
You fucking told her off. It was incredible.
I could not stand by and watch her say those to my friends.
Oh, she's actually gonna lean in and give you a big hug and just,
Oh.
you know what? Sometimes on rare occasions, you know exactly what to say.
I'm glad. I like to think I'm not too much of a hothead.
Thanks for sticking up for me.
Anytime.
Ilya, you too. Thank you. And everyone, I'm so sorry that you had to see and hear all of that, but
I suppose you
Having-
volunteered for it.
yeah, and having some backup to see her, it really helped.
Like I didn't do much of anything, but we're definitely here for you whenever you need it.
She'll give you a big old hug too, and like pick you off the ground for a little bit, just give you a squeeze. Just you're such a good girl. Thanks for being here.
Of course.
Well, not exactly good news what we got.
Can we at least still go to Duck World?
I think Duck World is closed by now.
How much time has passed? Is it like, because Ecstasy, with
Yeah.
her whole pocket dimension,
Yep.
timey-wimey stuff, how much time has
it is
passed since we've been in
midnight.
there?
It is
Oh,
midnight now.
dang. No Duck
Oh, I think
World.
Duck World is open at midnight. They have like a great a great duck lake that they shoot fireworks over.
I think you have to be in at a particular time before.
Maybe we can find a nice hill to watch the fireworks. And
Ilya,
Do that. I'll buy some corn from the market and turn it into popcorn.
Ilya just looks over at Euphoria and just kind of like, it's definitely a forced smile, but just kind of gives her a nod and then just follows wherever she leads.
Hmm. Well, I guess we're finding a hill and having homemade popcorn.
Because it is Sharn, you're basically finding a balcony on a tower.
That's all right. We take what we got.
Um,
Find a nice abandoned rooftop.
yeah, you can find a little area and have some popcorn. Get some.
It tastes even better because it's made from my breath weapon.
I don't think that's correlated. And you get some free drinks from the bodegas down in the lower districts, and because they're never going to deny their beloved hometown hero cats anything. And yeah, you can be enjoying the sights as the daily duck fireworks show occurs, where you various duck-shaped detonations of light and color in the air.
While the fireworks are going off, he just turns over to Sess and Paige like,
Why are you guys so famous here?
Not every day, someone makes it out on the other side. Especially here, so.
Yeah, but they all seem to like know you. Like I saw like a T-shirt with your face on it.
Oh, really? Oh, goodness.
If memory serves, I believe that you two, along with Ilya and Juby, were arena champions.
You fought in the arena?
We did.
Oh,
I had
I
never
must have missed the
seen.
match. Oh, did you
I
fight
had-
the Undertaker? I heard he's a really good arena combatant.
I had never seen my ex-husband so angry as when he saw that broadcast.
Oh, I'm so sorry I missed it. I usually love watching arena fights.
Well, it was my first foray with these crazy folks, and When
Did
they
any of you
traded-
get a recording crystal of it? I would love to watch it with you. You can walk me through it as you go through all what you did.
All the
darling, I do not know what a
footage.
recording. I do not know what a recording crystal is. If I'm being honest.
DVR isn't canon.
No, it would be. It's basically like a memory crystal that you got inside of The Last Stand. That is actually a canon thing in Eberron.
It's settled it. Sometime we have to find a time, sit down, and you have to walk me through everything you did. I want to know exactly how you won and how you became champions.
we can
Flashbacks to Paige turning into a potted plant.
Ilya turning into a
Oh,
pot.
no, it was Ilya. That's right.
we can skip the first battle. Trust me, nothing interesting happens.
You can listen to all the commercials again. They're critically acclaimed.
That was so good.
Fae Fantasia 14, that was what it was called.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can enjoy the fireworks show. What would you guys like to do after? You of course get a free room at one of LD's hotels while you're in Sharn.
Or we could crash in my ex-husband's flat, you know.
Oh yeah, do you want to go stay with the Rapibots? After everything ended so well with Oriana last time?
Yeah. Oh God. Oh,
I can channel my inner angry French woman.
No, it's fine. Y'all can come stay with me. It's okay.
Is that the brightest? We've had enough bad family relations for one day. Are you sure this would be all right?
Oh, sure, it'll be fine. Besides, I think they might like an update of my findings.
I'll be sure to prepare my best jokes.
Be sure to tell them to Augustus. He loves jokes.
All right, good. I love a good audience. I'll be sure to give them as many as I can.
You do that. You do that.
They'll be coming out of my mouth faster than my flames.
So do you guys go to the upper towers to go stay with the Ravamont apartment?
I'd be down, but don't let my my poor
Well-
decision influence the party.
No, I want to see baby pictures.
Let's do it.
Doesn't matter which, we will enjoy. We will derive enjoyment from them. Maggie's, Jubies, Euphorias.
All right.
Oh yeah, I don't think Malral's met Magnolia yet.
She was at the beach.
Yeah, she was at the beach.
She was.
Yeah.
At
Oh,
the
that's
beach.
right. She was.
As you head to the as you go to the upper spires, you are of course greeted by the various tall, muscular Amazonian maids that Augustus employs, who will, they all know you guys and will, graciously allow you in. Where Augustus will approach you in a smoking jacket with a pipe. Well, I'm surprised to see you here, Euphoria. I thought
Evening, Augie.
after things last time, you would want some space from myself and Oriana.
Not the last time I've showed up on your doorstep at midnight after a heated argument.
True, but usually it's from an argument with me.
Hmm. Well, in any case, my friends are tired. I'm sure you can whip up a couple rooms for them while you and I have a little chit chat.
Malral looks around at all the different maids and then looks over at you, Euphoria.
Are you sure this isn't another place owned by your mother?
Oh, very sure.
You met Ecstasy? He looks
Unfortunate.
terrified.
Unfortunately, yes.
It appears you and her have a lot of the same tastes.
Say, sir, I do not appreciate being compared to that hopped up harlot that has found herself unfortunately positioned as Euphoria's mother.
Shani is shooting him the glare.
You're doing a very bad job of trying to avoid comparisons then.
Can we not patronize our darling host? I would like to stay here if we can.
Yes, I'm of course a gentleman and will provide you boarding while you are here in town, but I would like to inquire as to why, after 20 years, you decided to talk to your mother of all people. The last time you talked to her was, I believe, after our falling out.
Well, it's what I wanted to talk to you about, actually. I went to her for help regarding Juby. I wanted her insight on pacts and how to break them.
I'm surprised she knows anything about breaking them. If I remember correctly, she has a particular fetish for making them.
Unfortunately, while that is true, it seemed that she had some insights as to how to help Juby.
Well, don't keep it to yourself, Euphoria. What'd she say?
She said the only way to break her pact and set her free is to either kill the patron, Oberon, highly, or someone takes her place. However, she can't voluntarily give it. It has to be taken from her.
How do you take it from her?
I imagine you fight her for it.
That's ridiculous.
I know.
I would do anything for my little girl. I would gladly take on those responsibilities if I could.
No, Augie. You've got your family to look after. And I know Juby's your little girl, and you'd do anything for her. But I said it before, and I meant it. Your little ones will need you. So if anyone's going to be risking their life in this situation, I think it ought to be me.
Are we all here, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, you guys don't have to sound so, like, macabre about it, but, I mean, there's probably another way that doesn't result in anyone being the Houndmaster, or anyone we care about, at least, right? I mean, what
Unless
if we
we find someone to willingly fight an archfey, possibly to the death.
If anybody here should be the one to do it, it should be me. As a fae, well, I suppose mortal fae now, but
It's connected to the sword, isn't it? Can't we just take away the sword?
it's not that easy anymore.
Oh, we defeat her, knock her out, separate her from the sword, and then just separate her from the sword so the power doesn't, corrupt anyone ever again, right?
But there always must be a Hound Master. That's what got us into the problem in the first place.
I mean,
Find then let's just find, I don't know, a dog on the street and give it to them. The hound can be the Hound Master.
that would, I mean, Juby would have to give this. You get what we're saying, right? Juby would have to give up the sword. That's the point. But also, I'm saying we live in a world of infinite possibilities. I mean, hey, look at the adventures we're trying to do. But I mean, who's to say we couldn't, like, I don't know, find a magic genie lamp or something and ask for a wish or do some other classic fable or story thing.
It's
I deeply admire your optimism in this situation, Cess, but I fear that every day that she's at the hunt, she's going to lose more and more of herself. I can't wait years to hope for a gin in a bottle to fix this problem.
listen. I'm going back to the Feywild eventually. If one of us is going to go and is going to stay there, just you deserve to have the chance to be with your daughter.
Filling a hole by making another one is no way to patch anything.
Darling, I outlive all of you. I'm going to lose
Yes,
all of you
but
eventually.
Yes,
All of you will
but
die.
then all of us will miss you. You see the problem?
Well, it's nothing is decided as of now. This is new information. We just got it. We have to take my mother's words with a huge grain of salt.
Euphoria and Augustus make the same facial expression as she says that.
Let's just. I wanted you to know what she said, Augie. Just. It's been so long since I've been able to give you any information regarding Juby.
I know, and I appreciate it, Euphoria. Just. It hurts to hear that the only way that we can get our little girl back is that somebody else has to hurt her in some way. I would not want to see that ever happen.
Neither would I. I'll do everything we can for her. Nothing's changed.
Yeah. He comes over and kind of holds Euphoria's hand and kind of squeezes it and goes, Euphoria, if there is anything I can do, please tell me. You know that I'd give up everything for my little girl.
I know, Augie. I know.
Kind of steps back and, does the playing with his mustache for a moment. As he goes, well, I'm assuming you were all tired from your dalliances with Ecstasy. I'm sure that you are given rooms. I request that you at least maintain some level of quiet, lest Oriana be disturbed, and I already know that she will not be pleased to hear that I have given respite to Euphoria again.
Not to worry. We'll be out before she gets up.
We will be on our best behavior. And to apologize for the comparison I made earlier. I've been told that you are a great lover of puns, and I have a horde to tell you.
He goes, who in the nine hells told you that? I despise puns and those who make them. I find it a sign of low intelligence and lower character.
He's joking. He loves them. He loves them.
Yeah,
He's playing hard to
by
get.
the host, damn it, Euphoria!
To keep our
Now, I hear that you are a great warrior, so I must ask you, what did the warrior feel like after he dated his wife?
That he had enough, and he walks away.
What did the warrior say, Malral?
He felt sorry for devouring his wife, but in the end, he was gladiator.
I'm gonna go see if Maggie or any of Oriana's kids are up to hang out with.
Glad he ate her? Oh, that's sad.
gladiator?
Gladiator! I get it. I get it.
Here's another one. Why do warriors fail in
I'm
business?
very, very tired.
Come on, let's get. We'll go find a room to sleep in or something. Let's go.
As they walk off in the distance, you can hear Malral say, "Because they charge too much."
You hear, Algie, what was that? Oh, nothing. Please go back to sleep, dear. I swear I heard some kind of fool talking. Maybe it was one of the maids.
What do you call a warrior who wanders and never gets angry?
It's in his fucking dreams.
A nomad.
A nomad. A nomad. Oh, he's good. He's good.
It's the first time anyone's ever said that to him.
Character
Aiden's wife.
development. She's learning to appreciate puns.
It's because she's becoming a daddy. She's learning the
She's
the
learning
dad-
the dad jokes.
Yeah. So, with that, you guys could safely spend the night in peace and luxury. Do you wish to go back to Greywall the next morning?
Yeah.
I believe so.
I think so.
Okay. Yep. Take the train ride back. Anything anybody wants to say on the train going back?
I think we're.
I feel like I've talked a lot, so I'm just going to stay quiet.
I think Kamar is at one point going to kind of pull Euphoria over to the side a little bit.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. She's gonna be like, I'm sorry, do you have a moment?
Well, sure, Kamar.
Okay,
Always for you. What can I do for you?
I figured we'd head to the dining car and have tea for a moment. There's something I kind of wanted to talk to you about.
Sure. Head on over to the dining car, order some tea, start, pours each of them a cup and just, so, what do you want to pick my brain about?
A couple of things, actually. I know how difficult your family dynamic is and how vastly different it is from mine. So I apologize if any of that was awkward for you.
Well, it was, but not through anybody's fault but my mother's. I don't want any of you to take responsibility for it.
No, of course not. I mean, It's been wonderful getting to know you through these travels, and it was great knowing Jubilee as well. But I couldn't help but notice during our time there, while you two were arguing a bit, and I don't mean to sound offensive at all in any way, but it was on my mind and I just can't shake it. There seemed to be as much as you may not like to hear it, similarities between you and your mother that I saw a lot when it came to Jubilee and yourself. Uh,
In what way, may I ask?
Nothing sort of toxicity or anything like that. Just trying to put them at a higher standard, I suppose. Making I can see that she wanted to do what was right for you. And I could see that you're doing that as well with Jubilee. Maybe the methods weren't, all there.
I want to
Or
be
Mhm.
as clear as possible. My mother, the only expectations that she had of me was to one day be of use to her. I was a little more, I was either an inconvenience on the worst of days or a pawn to be used on the best of days.
sorry to hear that. But I could see that Jubilee had a lot of expectations that she knew that you had for her as well. And I think she really tried to live up to those expectations.
Juby was. Juby was better than I ever could have hoped for. I wasn't lying when I said I was, if you pardon my language, I was scared shitless at the idea of raising someone.
I could
She
never
was,
imagine what it's like to be a mother.
she was so good, though.
Hmm.
Talented, strong. God darn, that girl was strong. She broke the very first flail that Augie gave her within 12 hours. We knew we had a powerhouse on our hands. And we wanted to make sure she would shine.
I think she felt that too, but maybe she would like to have seen more of a mother too.
You see Euphoria's eyebrows furrow and then soften as she reflects on that. Just. Yeah. Maybe.
But that doesn't mean you can't show her that now. You could let her know how proud she is. How proud you are of her. And through recent events, if we do see her ever again, I don't want anyone sacrificing themselves for someone else, if it really comes down to that. We can figure out a way. It just doesn't have to be the expense of us But
Your sister
I
said
think
something similar a while back.
she's definitely rubbing off on everyone. But because of Shani, that I don't want to see anyone go away. We're a family now, and I want Jubilee to be included, and I want her to feel like she is a part of a family, and not just a sellsword. I hope if we see her again, you'll be able to tell her that.
You know, finding out about what Juby had been up to after we ended her employment with the Loranders, I was worried that I had made a poor choice for her. But I think if it meant giving her the opportunity to meet people like you, and I really think some good came out of it. You've gotten wise with that white hair of yours.
Thank you. I want to say more of what's on my mind. And I don't mean to hurt your feelings or intend to cause any harm. But I do want you to know that I think she'd really like just to consider you as a mother. And I think you could show her that now.
I will do my utmost. I'll do what I can to find an alternative solution.
We all will. We all love Juby very much. So you're not going to be alone.
But I'm going to tell you the same thing that I told Shani. If it comes to it, I'll make that hard choice. I'm getting my girl back. Even if it's not there to see it. I know that's not what you want to hear. But it's the truth.
I understand. But the future is ever changing, so we'll make it an outcome we want it to be. And we'll try our best together.
We'll do our best.
She'll kind of retract a little bit, and you can see her tail's a little poofed up, how kind of nervous she was from that conversation, but she'll kind of chuck it down with some tea.
You're a good girl, Kamar. And while my ego is a little bruised, you did not hurt my feelings.
That's good to hear. I really didn't want to make you upset by this conversation. I just think you needed to see another's perspective. I definitely don't imagine you being in your mother's footsteps, though. The colors were a little much, even as a shifter.
Oh, she is so tacky.
I've definitely read something like that before, but seeing it in real life is a little bit more jarring.
What kind of books are you reading?
Just light little novels. I can definitely let you borrow some, but they are, in Greywall, maybe, or back in Sharn, I think actually. But I mean, there are good things about the books. Not just that. It's not just that. There's other things in it. Really romantic things. A lot of parallels that I've been seeing.
Darling, if you need relationship advice, don't read it from a book. Ask me, ask Ilya, ask, the adults. I'm sure we've got a lot more wisdom than what's written in your romance novels.
Right.
If you ever have boy trouble or girl trouble, I don't know. You come to me.
Thank you. I'll be sure to do that. You seem to be quite the expert.
Well, let's just say I learned a lot from my mistakes.
It's okay. She'll kind of laugh at that and continue to sip her tea and try to move the conversation to something a bit lighter.
Now we have canon Paige reading light novels like that time I got reincarnated into a sex dungeon run by a tiefling Dami Mommy.
Definitely there's a popular isekai light novel series about ecstasy. Absolutely.
Takes place in Faerun. But yeah, you guys will successfully make it back to Greywall with new knowledge in tow, and we will come to the next portion of this, which is our dearly beloved Shani. On you, Shani. Talk.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Wait, I thought you said. Never mind. I am like so far gone out of it.
It is your turn for your conversation with Rei.
Oh, okay then. I guess Shani would head over to Rei's, the church.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought we were still back on the train.
Well, you arrived in Greywall, so do you wish to do something between getting back to Greywall and seeing Rei?
No, just straight to Rei, I guess.
Okay. As you will approach the church upon returning to your dearly beloved Greywall, you will, of course, see your favorite heavily augmented hobgoblin priestess of the Silver Flame finishing her dances and meditations as she kind of looks you up and down.
Hey there, Lady Rei. Hope I'm not interrupting you or nothing.
Sis, you look different. You've done another makeover after your goth period.
Yeah. I guess you could say that, yeah. Just a lot happened during our last adventure, I guess. I just huh. Is there no one in today or anything?
This is surprisingly low traffic compared to usual. I've been having a near non-stop processional of people for days asking me about you and what happened to you.
Like they just swung by our place. I was there, but no, it's that's nice to hear. So like no one told you what happened, like while I was I guess out and I was unconscious for a little bit, so sorry, it's a little awkward for me to bring it up. I don't know how to bring it up, but no one said anything is what I'm taking away from this.
Apparently none of your friends felt the need to inform me.
No, I mean, you know, like no one came by to ask and stuff. So I was just
Yes, I
I'm just
just said people have been coming asking about you.
Well, no, I mean back where I live because that's where I would presumably be. Anyways, this is confusing, so we're just gonna drop it. I do just I this is really awkward to talk about. I died. I know it's not like a permanent thing that happens sometimes, but I kicked the bucket during our last mission and got back up again. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't have my usual buddy with me. Is all.
She stares at you with her one good eye. She goes, success.
Say sit. Sorry, Obs.
Yes, I said sit.
Okay, yeah, she's gonna take a seat.
I can only imagine that there is a story behind this.
Yeah, it's kind of long-winded, but I'm kind of under an NDA, so I can't say all the details. But I I got hit with a trap whilst getting everyone forward, and they couldn't get me out in time. And leading up to that event, there was this whole thing where like my sister Kamar, oh god, that's a whole thing I have to explain to. Anyways, my sister prophesized that with her time magic that I was gonna die, and everyone was freaking out, and I was freaking out, and I did, and I didn't expect to get back up again. Then Spike, I know I've told you their name before, but you've never called them that. But Spike Spike took the fall for me, and so I could get back up again. And after that, I was kind of like, if we got back home, I was kind of unconscious for like a week. I want to say I really had no idea. I was definitely out for more than a day. But I woke up and decided that I should change things, focus on the better. One of those things being I wanted to start using my shifter name, my real name, and Shani will explain the whole shifter culture thing to her again. Um, and my name's Shani, and I would have come sooner to tell you all this because whilst I'm slowly telling people it, I wanted you to be one of the first people to know, but we got caught up with some business with Euphoria's mom and stuff, and the point is I'm here now, and I wanted to tell you my name and what I want to do for the future and stuff.
Are you all right, Shani?
I I don't know. I back home I told everyone that I was gung ho and ecstatic to, you know, focus on a happier future, you know, do right by me, self-care and all that, you know, have more in life than just day-to-day surviving. But I mean, all that self-loathing I was doing before, all that and I don't mean just the goth phase, I mean my life in general. I'm just worried of slipping back down the slope and getting all excited for nothing. Just messing up and not being enough.
He puts
Being
a metal hand on your hands as she kind of looks down at you with her one gem eye and her one good eye. Shani, you have been reborn through the fires of adversity. You have been given a chance that few ever have. This is a time for celebration. This is a great day for the flame. You have been reborn, and as I can see, your inner flame, despite having been dimmed for too long, is blazing with life.
I appreciate that, Lady Rei. Feels a little weird to celebrate it now, though. It's been like a whole week or so. Like it's like celebrating. It's like finally organizing a birthday party with your friends, but it's been like a whole month since your birthday. But
Irrelevant. I will ensure that a party occurs.
wait. You didn't. You mean like an actual like you hosting a party? I mean, wait. Are you sure?
She glares at you with her one good eye. Do I sound like a person who walks back on any claims she makes?
No, but you also don't sound like the kind of girl who parties.
He goes, I have celebrated plenty of things in my life. When I served in the Templar, there were always occasions to celebrate. The more that you find yourself immersed in death, destruction, pain, and chaos, the more you learn to cherish those times when it is not the case. So yes, Shani, I know how to celebrate. And we are going to celebrate your rebirth. This is the first day of your new life, and you are going to enjoy it.
Oh, okay, ma'am. All right. So what did you have planned? I mean, you still got to run the church for the day, right? Did you want to do something after? Or...
She goes, I will notify everyone. It will happen tonight.
What? Everyone? What do you mean, like everyone?
Everyone that I can.
Ray, it's fine. You don't have to go that far. I want to be worth that one day, but I don't think that's today, is it?
She kind of looks down at you and just shakes her head as she will snap her good hand in front of you. She goes, the time has come, Shani. You have been given a rare opportunity. You can finally see now that there is a life ahead of you. You have been denied the prospect of living for too long. I know that you have felt weighed down by the burdens of your own demise, the inevitability that your sister explained to you. And I can see now, and I believe you can as well, that you have survived, even if it is not in the way you originally imagined. This is an opportunity. You can finally enjoy everything. Some would say you only die once, but you have already faced the worst of that.
Only uphill from here, huh?
Exactly.
Okay then, Ray. I will look forward to whatever celebration you're organizing. I'll make sure to tell everyone back home to show up. Here, I'm
Excellent.
guessing?
I will have things prepared for this. We will talk further when I have had a chance to ensure that things are appropriate for you.
All right, Lady Ray. Okay. She gets up. I'll be back with everyone, all right?
She puts her metal hand on your shoulder and kind of slaps it 3 times and gives it a little grip and says, "Congratulations, Shani."
Thanks, Ray. I'm glad to have made it to see you party at least. It's gonna be one hell of a sight. I'll be sure to tell everyone to bring something too. I mean, only so much partying you can do in a church, right? So that's as turns around to go and inform the party that they have been invited to a party, and whoever else they see that day, I guess, and to bring stuff because says Shani does not expect Ray's party to be bumping, as the kids call it. Larissa, yes, you can bring the instruments and stuff, and like
yeah.
food and stuff, and
Well, you know who we should bring? That
Yeah.
one ship pilot guy. He seems like he's down to party.
Is he in town?
He is not.
Damn.
Next time.
Next time. But yeah, and with that, I'd assume later in the day,
Yep.
make our way over to the church and the plaza in front of it.
Yeah, actually, before you can get to the church, at that town square where you were at in the first adventure, where the big festival to the Dark Six was, you see a menagerie of local Greywall folk, including Cryotrixia, Hecate, and everybody's favorite tiefling guard captain, Lilith, all arrayed with foods and drinks and stuff. And you see a well-dressed Rei glaring with her arms across her chest as everyone cheers at your approach.
Is today like a religious holiday or something? Like she's looking at the party like really
What?
confused.
I think you're the religious holiday, darling.
Say, mate, this is for you. Didn't she say that?
I mean,
That's what you
yeah,
told
but
us.
I guess like, do I get a cake at the side or something? Like, I don't want to like interrupt something bigger just yet, you know?
No, this is your party. This is for you.
That's I'll go talk to her. You guys set your stuff down wherever and go have fun, I guess.
All right.
There's a lot of people for sure. And Shani starts making her way over to Rei.
Come, it is time for you all to celebrate. Get drinks.
As you wish.
Yes, ma'am.
Shani's
this.
actively confused.
He goes, Shani, it is time for you to explain to everyone your new life.
We're doing. Is there somewhere I stand or something I speak through? Or...
Get onto the stage.
I'd like to imagine at this point Ray's just like done with Shani and just picks her up and puts her there.
Yeah.
Wow, I've never seen a Greywall party like this. Holy, there are so many of you guys.
It says, Shani, hi Shani, you're my hero.
Hi.
We left the park.
No, that park was anonymously donated. Don't say my name. That's not me.
I'm sure whoever anonymously donated really would not like to be called out like this.
Hi, everyone. So quick thing. I need to tell you guys of this. I died, but I got better. It's a long story, but you're just gonna take it. I'm not just a cringy goth anymore, so you can all relax.
I'll just start clapping. Comeback queen.
Yes. You too, Malral. You're a queen too. Anyways, I made a decision recently in my culture, which some of you may or may not be familiar with. I see some fellow shifters out here from Greywall, but in my culture, we have two names, and one name we keep hidden from all others, and that's a name from a now dead language. But after coming back, I decided that I was going to be more open about myself, and a few other things like becoming really famous and being really really important. I have not figured that out yet, but I will, and when I do, I will absolutely make sure Greywall is important with me too. But yeah, my name, my shifter name is Shani now, and I'd like it if you could all call me that as well.
Woo, Shani, you're amazing! Hell yeah! Woo! Everyone raises drinks. Alcohol and other non-alcoholic beverages slosh everywhere.
Whispers down to Paige.
Pretty crazy that they want to change their name, huh, Paige?
I didn't make this decision alone, because someone really important to me joined me on it. So if she would like to get up here and introduce herself too, really quick, if she'd like, I'm pretty embarrassed right now, so like I don't want to force that on her. She doesn't want it. Shani will look towards Kamar. But, they are not here at the moment, so we will continue.
Yep. She's not here. Be here.
Wait, no, I'm here. I was muted. No, I'm going. I'm running. She like goes and like nearly tackles her.
I was wondering why you didn't respond.
I did respond. I just was like, oh.
Not loud enough over the crowd. All right, come on. Like says Shani makes room for you and hands you the metaphorical mic.
Her tail is swishing nervously from side to side, but she will lift up a glass, throw it back all the way, and then get really close to the mic and be like, "This is my sister Shani, and my name is Kamar. I love her so much, and we're here to celebrate her for everything that she's done. She's brave. She's fantastic. And I'm so glad to be her sister. Happy birthday, Shani!"
Everyone cheers. You hear Larissa
Happy
shout from the crowd,
birthday!
"Take it off! Take it off!"
Kamar, confused, takes off her like jacket.
Woo! Gotta start somewhere.
Okay, before my sister does any more decisions that she's going to regret in the morning, I just wanted to say thank you, all of you, for not just being my home away from home. You're more than that. Sharn was a rougher place, but here I feel I can rest, I can relax. Thank you for being my home for now and forever, Greywall. Then she like wistfully puts away the mic and bows a little bit.
Everyone cheers very loudly and starts chanting Shani, Shani. And with that, you see Rei doing her, continual grimacing glower that she always does. Points at you, Shani, and gestures for you to come over to her.
Yeah, Shani will make her way over through crowds of people who want to talk to her. She says, "Oh, hey, nice to see you. We'll be back later. Just give me a second." And then makes her way over
Trixie
to
is going to
Rei.
pick you up and give you a big coiled hug as she smothers you between her bosom.
Love you too, Lady Trixie.
It's so good to see you, all beautiful. I always knew you could do it.
Thank you. I'm gonna be bothering you later for more advice on that whole beautiful thing.
Always, you're always welcome.
Shani like
set you
head
down.
bumps her back while they're coiled, and then
Yep.
so, gives Cleo Trixie a hug too.
Mm-hmm. And with that, you will be able to join Rei, who looks you up and down and goes, "Follow me."
Okay. And the entire time, Rei, like Shani's just nonstop thanking Rei and also expressing how the hell did you pull this off? I never thought you could party this hard.
She's very dismissive about it, and she goes, "I simply told them some of the rough outlines of what you'd experienced, and people were happy to come out of the woodwork to ensure you were appropriately celebrated."
I tried really hard not to cry right now, Rei.
He goes, "It is an acceptable time to cry if you're so inclined."
No, you gotta say your thing first. I will try to stay composed.
She takes you so the sound's a little bit quieter and stuff as you see a what appears to be a rain silver flame banner kind of rolled up, and she looks at you and goes, "Shani."
Yeah, Lady Rei?
"I am aware of your continued insecurities about your capability, about your position in this world, your position vis-a-vis your sister and friends, whether you are worthy of happiness and whether you are capable of surviving with everyone else, given your lack of magic or anything of the sort. And I wanted to inform you that your concerns are entirely unfounded. I tried to explain that to you before, but seemingly now that you can finally be able to internalize that. You see all of these people gathered here. They did not come here for me. I know that I am not considered as widely beloved by these people as you are. They came here because they care about you. They came here because all that you have done for them. They remember Cess, and they will love Shani, because you may not be as smart as your sister, or have the mastery of the arcane like Ilya, the power of the divine forges like Malral, but you, and she shoves her metal arm against your chest, but you have the strongest heart out of all of them. You have the indelible spirit that will keep you going in the face of adversity, in the face of your own mortality. And that means something. That is something that I can tell you is more important than anything else. For when I fought across many battlefields during the war, I saw many people of incredible skill who had to suffer the very same plights that people like I did. I did not have those kind of divine abilities. I was simply an archer in service to the flame and in service to Thrain. I did not have any family of any notion. I didn't have any clan. I had to deal with constantly being hated by my own people, being misunderstood by the people that had taken me in. And you know what? In the end, I came out the other side because I believed that this was the right thing to do, that it was worth serving my friends, my companions, my community. Those things matter. And when the fireballs start blazing and the swords are clashing, that kind of belief, that kind of fortitude of character is all that truly matters. So do not disparage yourself for what you may believe you lack, for you have more than you could possibly imagine, and it is time that you understand that. I did not understand it at first, and it was only when She kind of pauses. It was only when one of my beloved commanders explained this very same thing to me that I saw the truth. Templar Quadranus was a brave man who I would follow to the 9 hells and back. He never gave any order he would not follow himself. He was always the front of every assault and the last one to leave, ensuring that no Templar was left behind. He was my hero, and he made me feel like I belonged in a world that had always told me that I didn't. And when he finally gave his life for us, I knew that that sacrifice was not because he believed in the war or that he was fighting for the righteousness of our cause. It was because he fought for us. He fought for those who would follow him because we believed in him and he believed in us. He had the kind of heart that only I could ever wish to aspire to. And I want you to have that same kind of belief internalized because I see a lot of him in you. And your friends believe in you as I believed in him. And despite your many failures, despite the many times you've strayed from the light along your way, I am proud of all you have achieved. And I want you to have something that he left me when he gave his life for us. And she unfurls the banner, and you see 2 golden crystals. She goes, "It is a belief that when the truly righteous die performing an act of true heroism, of true love, and of true devotion, that the very core of their spirit is distilled into producing an echo of the light that they produced in life. These crystals are the very embodiment of his love and of his spirit to keep fighting, no matter how difficult things became, no matter how impossible they seem. Because it is only when you are able to love something with your full heart, your full dedication, does even the impossible seem conquerable in comparison. I want you to have them. May they give you the strength to endure your coming days and be a reminder of all that you have overcome and all that you are capable of achieving. For I know you can be the hero your friends need you to be, because you have a righteous heart and you love more than any of them could ever imagine.
Rei, these crystals, you wouldn't just give these to anybody, not... And Shani will keep tripping over her words until she finally just runs into Rei and holds her immensely tight and just starts crying and saying thank you and thank you and thank you and thank you.
And
I...
a little reluctantly at first, you will feel Rei's true arm, as well as her metal augmetic, hold you tightly.
I will do you proud. You and him, as she accepts the pair of crystals. We should get back to the party, though. If we take too long, people are going to look for us, and I get the feeling neither of us want to show them what our crying faces look like.
She goes, I long ago lost the ability to cry, but I can say I will allow you this weakness right now. And you have never have to try and make me proud, Shani. I already am. Continue to live in the light and spread its luminescence everywhere you go, and you will ignite flames of love in everything around you.
Shani will take her up on that offer and cry for as long as she needs to before they get back to the party.
Mm-hmm.
And unless anything else happens to the party, I would like to add 2 things, DM, that happen in the coming days.
Okay, what are your 2 things? You're gonna also very quiet.
Oh, sorry about that. I have a cold, and the crying has not helped.
Aww.
Period.
Aww.
First thing she does is with those pair of kyber crystals, she makes a pair of beautiful, gorgeous gold bracelets with engravings in the shifter's dead language for love and loyalty, and flames flicker out. And, she obviously shows that to Rei, and because they're really nice. They make energy claws. Anyways, the second more important thing is, now the days have gone by and the town is more aware of what happened to Shani. Shani wants someone else to be celebrated too, someone who made a huge sacrifice. And a few days later, you can see people gathering at the park, getting lost, a couple meeting up at a weird statue, a family sitting by it, and there's this black marble and gold trimmed bust of a little pit bull dog. Under it, there is more of that shifter dead language, but underneath that in common, it says Spike, family, eternal. And with that, yeah, I'm good DM.
Okay. So, there is a nice little golden spike statue in the for him to always be remembered. Remembering those words of be good. And with that, your celebration days will come to a close, and at the end of all of this, Prince is gonna look at you all, and he's gonna say something.
Oh, but what does he say, DM? Where can we find out about what he says? When do we find out?
Find out next week.
Yep. He is about to open his mouth when you will find out next episode.
Nah.
Another exciting episode of Eberron, Ashes of the Last War. Oh, thank you everybody for coming out tonight. I hope my players enjoyed it. I know people are crying, specifically Sith. We love to see it. I hope everyone had fun. You got to meet Ecstacy, everybody's favorite tiefling MILF.
Yay!
Yeah, best being coughed up there for a reason, huh?
I'm gonna have to be sure to double lock my doors from now on.
Does she send a bunch of attractive boy toys to stab you to death in your sleep?
Oh no! And then what?
Worst case, worst case, I think legitimately she hires a bard to outpun and ruin Malral's comedic life.
Just
no,
hires a
finally works
heckler.
up the courage to do stand up.
But yes, I hope everybody had fun. I hope my players had fun. That will be coming back next week for the next exciting episode of Eberron Ashes of the Last War, where it's going to be a very, very interesting episode, which I hope everyone will be in anticipation of. If you haven't done so already, please go send a follow to all these wonderful streamers. They are all amazing people and streamers in their own right. They're very good beans. You do exclamation point players to get to them. If you also haven't done so already, please give me a follow here on Twitch. Give me a sub over on YouTube. Give me a follow on Twitter. You can join my Discord, the Eternal Citadel, and be a part of my incredible community. You could also, catch up on every episode of Eberron Ashes of the Last War on my YouTube, as well as the official Eberron Ashes of the Last War YouTube, reachable by doing exclamation point D&D. We will be potentially back here Wednesday for Hi-Fi Rush. It is still up in the air. It is my small wolf that I love so very much. I'm sorry, Litro, we are not actually going to do that tonight because it is B's new model debut. So I appreciate that, but that is not going to be happening. We could rate them next time. And so I might not actually stream. I might be with the wolf though. We shall see. So I hope everyone had a great night. We are going to go raid Peculiar Little Rabbit because it is her re-debut with her Goblin MILF model, and we love our Goblin MILF. She's doing fashion reviews of VTubers praising how hot tamale they all are. So if you're a follower, please copy down the call to hugs. And if you're sub, please copy down the Knight's message as we go send her lots of love. So I hope everybody has a great night and the sweetest of dreams. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.